Hey YouTube, this is JJ White 91 here, hitting you up with another favorite developer video. Right now I'm talking about one that's actually new, and it's an old. They go back all the way back to the Sega Master System. I can figure that out here in a second, but yeah, I believe they go back to the Sega Master System. Um, but let's forget about that. They also go back to the TurboGrafx. They're on the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, but I didn't get into them until recently on the PSP. That's Falcom. They developed the E series, and they developed the Legend of Heroes series. They also developed a couple other games that I haven't gone. These are my only ones. That's why I say they're newer. But I really, these games have gone to like. These games has won up to my favorite top 5 RPG series of all time, and this is slowly moving up. I got this game just because it said Falcom, and I did more research on it, and I figured out. I mean, it's not a direct sequel to this or anything, but it's in the series, and I want to do a lot more research on like what ties. Why is this a legend? Is it like Final Fantasy where they're just different stories or anything? I know there's like the Hero series, which I think is this, and this is a CERN series. I don't remember this is part of a trilogy. I don't have the other two. They're really hard to find in my area, at least. They're like the closest one is like 30 miles away at a GameStop. Yes, I go to GameStop because that's the only store around me. I could go online and buy, but that's a different story. But yeah, let's talk about the E series a little bit. Right now I have the Xseed series of the E's. I have start off with E's book 1 and 2. This game will be a hit and miss. If you start out with this game, it's nothing like these two. Well, these three are actually none of the same at all. You start as Adolf Christian, going around the land. You're the silent protagonist. The thing is, this game, people put this especially this, they compare this to Zelda, but you don't really swipe your sword in this one. This one is more you run into the enemies, and people might say, well, that's weird, don't you get hurt? Well, it matters if you run directly into the enemies or the enemies run into you. You'll get a hold of it if you played it, but it's very fun. It's very fast paced. Grinding's not that bad in this game. The first one actually has a limit on your level, which is really low. Then it's a very old school RPG. You get to a certain point in the game and you have no idea what's going on. You have to go talk to, like, you'll go through the main quest and you'll get to a point where you don't know where to go. Like in the main quest, it doesn't say, "Oh, you need to go here." You need to just go talk to random people, and they'll say, "Oh, there was this didn't happen. This lady in a silver dress was on top of the wall," which kind of did happen, but whatever. But yeah, people might just go by that and say, "Oh, that has nothing to do with it," but actually it does. But yeah, it's very old school. It's 2 games in one. I actually count it as one whole game. A lot of people, but it's just a great game altogether. I mean, story wise, it's good for back in the day for games and stuff, but the story hasn't really gone very well. But next game, I actually have Arco the Nepotism. I can never say this one. Nepotism. I don't have the original case. I found it at a game stopped, they had the original generic case, and I was like, I just have to play this game because I loved all the other ones. The next one is East Oath and Falcon. This is actually my favorite one that I've played. This one actually has a closer resemblance to all the other ones, I've been told. It's people people say it's a weird series. That's why I'm kind of, even though I stutter a lot in my videos already. It oh wow, comparisons to Zelda, but this time you do draw your sword. You have different magic attacks and stuff. You go from dungeon to dungeon, sort of. It's characters are great in this game. I don't just check out videos of the series. The series is just awesome, like awesome. Yeah, it's my favorite one. The characters in this one are actually the best. The thing about me, people, video game stories, I don't go by the stories and say, oh, story in a game was awesome. I just think, I don't, stories and get, it's about a guy trying to save the world, like, generic. I think all video game stories are generic. But it's the characters and the dialogue between the characters that is awesome. I mean, it matters about the characters, not the overwhelming story. There are some games that have great stories, but those are few and far between. But next one is E7. It shares resemblance to Oath and Falcon in a small way. The battle system is same. You sit there, you draw your sword and you slice and dicing enemies at a very fast pace. It's a very fast paced series. E7 goes in a different direction. This time you have a party, which none of the other ones had party. You just add all Christian. This time you get every single one of the people on there as your party. You can only have 2 people, and you switch in between. It's not like you only control adult Christian. Each character has like a specific way they attack, and different enemies are weak to those attacks. Like Doggy, whatever you want to call him. He's better against stronger defense enemies because he's a bigger built tank type character. Adol is quick and strong, so but it gets hard. This one has a little bit more grinding than the other 2. Well, I say the other 2, it's actually 3. And Arc of Napetition is actually the hardest one. I got to the final boss, and I never beat it. I got to the final boss, and I'm stuck there. I can't go back and grind in Arc of Napetition. It's just, I'm stuck. I can't beat it. But besides the E series, there's rumors that East 4 is getting a remake on the PlayStation Vita. Well, not rumors, it's actually true. It's getting remade. That's the reason why I want a Vita. It's not coming out right away, so I'm not getting the Vita right away. But once I figure out American release date, not when it comes out, I'm gonna get the Vita. When I figure out American release date for Ease 4, I'll go straight up to wherever I want to go and buy a Vita then. So I can figure out now, like say today, I'd go on Google and I figure out, oh, it's coming out December 28th of this year for Vita in America. I'll go out February 22nd and buy a Vita right away. But it's not. This video is not about Ease. This video is about Falcom. The next series is the Legend of Heroes. I just got into the series. I played about, I want to say, 8 hours of this and 8 hours of this. I played 8 hours of this and then I did research on the series. And I said, I'm going to put this aside. And then I found this game. This game's reviews aren't very hot. This game, I really love it. Like, I love this game. The characters, like I said, it has a weird character development that it focuses on three people: Avin, Mile, and Amelia. Um, and wow, I was silent. And Amelia. But it goes to different towns. You travel from different towns. You start off trying to look for Amelia because you're separated at the beginning. Because Avin and Amelia are brother and sister. I'm jumping all around on this. And Avin is and Mile go from town to town, meeting different characters and stuff, and you get different characters in your party, which is actually fun because it's not like you get these characters through the whole game. No, that they're there. You do that part in that town, and then like a certain thing bad happens in that town, which gets repetitive because you go from town to town to town, and so you'll get there and like, it's all happy and stuff, and then something bad will happen, then they'll join your party, then you go fix the bad, and then you go off to the next town. But yeah, I think it's a great thing. It's little small stories, small character development, and a huge old. I don't even know what's the overall thing's gonna happen. I haven't even hit the main quote unquote plot. But it's a great game. Same thing with this. This deals with a brother and a sister, but they're not really brother and sister. And I've been told that they have a love interest, but start at the beginning of the game. They're not really brother and sisters. They find wow, can't even remember that. It's been a while. I picked this up day one. I have the box set. I don't keep my games in the box set. I put the box set up and away, and I put this on my shelf. Wow, this video is going on for a while. I need to stop this. But yeah, I need to pick this game back up. Overall, Falcom, good developer. One of my favorites. They've developed E-Series and Legend of Heroes. Check them out. They're all most of their games are on the PSP. All the trilogy for this series is on the PSP. New ones are coming out. There's a sequel to this in Japan and another one. This is a trilogy also, but they're not out yet. And PSP's dying, so I don't know if they're gonna put them on the Vita or they're just gonna put them on the PSP. So we don't know. But yeah, that's Falcom. Check out my other favorite developer video. Check out all my other videos. Until next time. See you later.